What's happening, Lindor? Welcome back to HardCopy.
I'm your new host and anchor, Ethan is offset on vacation.
And I am now your head anchor, Ireland Cash.
I think it's safe to say that about 99% of us use communication devices. I even bring mine to school and on set.
With that introduction, I bring you to this week's topic: how old should one be to have a cell phone?
Now onto the story. I imagine we all have phones in our pocket right now, but have you ever stopped to think when you got it?
That is right. I feel like that's a significant part of our 21st century life, so we don't even stop to think about it because we're so engrossed in technology that it seems like just another regular part of our life.
So here to talk with us are tech geniuses and cell phone users of the 21st century.
Hello guys, how are you doing today?
Oh, hey, what's up?
So I want us to start broad and slowly make our way down to the specifics. So might I start with the overall question? How young is too young for an iPhone or Android or whatever it may be? Like, how young is too young? Yes.
10, 11, 12, anything around that and below is a big no. Just a huge no.
Well, in my opinion, I believe also, around 10. It's because, well, like on the one hand, kids should be able to use YouTube, listen to music, but, you don't want them to accidentally discover, horrible websites. So I think it should be 10, and I think that's the correct age and mature age for kids and adolescents to use cell phones.
Also, to give the viewers at home an idea, about how often or how much do you think you use your phone?
I use it all the time. I mean, when I'm not playing guitar or drums, I'm usually watching tabs on how to learn that song on guitar, or I'm just scrolling through YouTube or Instagram, but I'm always with music, always, it's probably the most used thing on this thing, just all music, so a lot. I want to say 12 hours out of my day I use my phone for anything.
Well, for me, when I'm not reading my Holy Bible or doing homework, I usually use my phone to, listen to music or watch videos, do very productive things in my life with the assistance of my phone.
Anyways, let's start this off. According to a survey performed by CBS News, they polled a bunch of American families and came back with astonishing results that over 80% of kids aged 12 to 18 own a phone of some kind. And about half of them own a smartphone or better. Do you believe the number is skewed in any way, or does it seem pretty accurate to you?
I think it's pretty accurate. I mean, it fits. If you think about it, it's kind of accurate. Yeah, it's good. But you?
Well, I think it's really accurate because I don't think that these types of surveys would be skewed or mishandled. I believe that this type of survey, especially this one, I think is very accurate in researching and understanding the claim at stake.
Continuing off what I previously stated before, I would also like to ask, are obsessions a real thing with phones? Are kids and teens obsessed with phones?
Yeah. I mean, for example, I have a cousin across the street from my house. He's 4 years old, and he already knows how to unlock his iPad. He knows how to properly play Roblox and Minecraft, and he's 4 years old. I've never seen such a smart, devilish kid who builds his own Roblox things, and he knows what he's doing. He's not just tapping stuff. It's an addiction that needs to stop. Go outside and play with a ball or something.
Well, yeah, I think it's a huge obsession with kids today. For me, example, I'll spend 3-4 hours a week or more on my phone listening to music or watching videos. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but I think the reason why kids are more obsessively looking and watching and doing things with their phone, it's because, I just think because we're in a modern time with more technology now, and I think that's the primary reason why kids today are more obsessive about their own cell phones.
To expand more off of what Z said, I think we've all realized in some way or form we all have obsessions with our phones. We use it everywhere, we take it out everywhere, and the fact that it's been rated #1 accident causer for any form of accident, a car crash, you bet that there is a high chance that a phone was involved.
I'm playing Minecraft.
I have no idea why we're making this argument. We're clearly not addicted.
Found a pig.
You bet that there is a high chance that a phone was involved. Someone fell onto the tracks at the local metro station? The guy was more likely probably walking and texting. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've never fallen off the tracks on the metro station using my phone, but then again, when I'm down in the metro station, there's no service, so why would I use my phone? So that guy's just dumb. So that's all you.
Well, yeah, I think that is kind of accurate. I think if you're doing whatever on your phone, if you're watching a video or listening to music or whatever, I think you're more likely to fall into a situation like that because unlike, eating or whatever, something like that only takes your attention span maybe halfway. But when you're on your phone that, takes your attention span and all your focus into your phone instead of your outside surroundings, so then you're more likely to fall in a situation like that.
So this leads me to the next question. The local government is thinking about instating a law about texting and walking that would make it illegal and punishable by time in jail or a hefty fine if you do that. Do you believe that is a way to solve this problem?
No. No. Okay, is our government on crack or something? Exactly. They want to ban people walking with a cellular device in the palm of their hand. What if some guy's in an emergency? He's just walking down the street. His wife calls him, "Honey, I'm pregnant." "Hey, you're on your phone. I'm arresting you." Like, no, that's not. No. What if some guy's walking directions? He doesn't know where he is. He's from New York and he's in LA. He doesn't know where he is.
He's in the wrong neighborhood. That's where he is.
Yeah, he's in his own. He's gonna get up. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, that's all you know.
Well, yeah, I think that would be ridiculous because, I don't think, it would really change any statistics. And I think, like you said, but in a non-derogatory form, to put it, I think that our government is, making ill-advised, undecisive choices, and I don't believe that would really do anything. I believe that teens are responsible enough to, be aware of their outside surroundings. Obviously there might be rare cases, but I think for the majority of them, I think they'd be responsible and mature enough to understand the circumstances and the responsibilities.
Well, to change the issue, would you say using cell phones inhibits social ability and makes a person antisocial? I mean, does it get in the way of your life?
No. If it wasn't for this, do you know how many concerts I would not have attended? A lot, because I use this to buy tickets. So, whenever I'm in class, because I usually go on sale around when I'm in class, I'm always here, trying to sneak in my tickets. And yeah, it would change my life if I didn't have that. I would be able to go to my concerts. It would be a very big bad no. Rick?
Well, for me, yeah, it doesn't really affect my life. If anything, it helps me. My phone, that is. It helps me, relieve stress, feel good about myself, build up my self-esteem. I think my cell phone is very productive and sufficient in my life. And I, have always held that value, and I always probably will.
How does it affect sleep? Research points to cell phone usage is a direct correlation with sleeping schedules and rest. Would you say the famous "just one more video" has affected how you sleep and how rested you feel?
Well, my nightly routine is after I get out of the shower, I jump in my bed. The first thing I do is go on my phone, turn off my lights, and all I do is I send my last streaks, check my last stories, check my last Instagram feed, and then just watching YouTube all night. But I fall asleep watching the videos, so I don't stay up and put it away. I'm not the person who can do that. So for me, it doesn't really affect anything because it's just my nightly schedule. I fall asleep listening to...
When do you put your clothes on?
What?
When you get out of the shower.
I forget my room.
Good.
Well, with me, no, not really, because I use my phone a lot, but I am always responsible in knowing what time to go to bed and the appropriate time to go to bed. So it doesn't really affect me. Maybe a few other people, but I think with most teens, I think again they're responsible and mature enough to know when to go to bed and when not to use their phone. I'm one of those teens that does that. And I believe that most of the teens today are very responsible in keeping a good time management of their sleeping time.
So I'm going to go back to the original topic now. Do you personally believe anything that we've stated on the show so far?
Yes.
Yes, without a shadow of a doubt.
Thank you, Christian and Daniel, for your insights. We appreciate. Okay. Next week we will not be on air due to action, but the week after we will. We gonna win. I'm not really all for this thing.
No, you're not. Juniors are gonna win.
I don't
No,
really
sophomores
care.
are gonna win. That's fake news.
I quit.
Thanks for coming on the show, I guess.
Bye.
Okay, well, this has been this edition of HardCopy, and he's gone, so thanks for coming, thanks for this week. Yeah. Whose phone is this?
It's mine.
Oh, okay.